Well,
Yo,
there, there he is. Slow internet today.
hey, no, just slow people.
Yeah, I almost forgot to I almost forgot to pin that link.
Hold on.
Uh,
What's up, bitch?
not,
Huh? Huh? Nothing. Hey, mid 30s this morning here.
yeah, congratulations.
Nice and crispy.
Yeah, fucking nipple weather. Hard nipple weather.
Frost on the vehicle though.
Oh, God. No frost on
Hope,
mine. Just a lot of rain. This year's been awfully cloudy and rainy.
hopefully, last
Yeah.
high school football game tonight.
We got. I thought you didn't have anything to do with that no more.
No, my daughter's a senior.
Well,
This is her last halftime show. Hopefully, see if they win, they're in the playoffs. If they lose, I think they're out. So you know what I'm voting for.
your daughter's a cheerleader or pom pom?
Yeah, out in front of the band, they got flag girls and
Well,
they use pom poms sometimes and
yeah,
that kind of
Gary.
thing.
I survived the earthquake here. This is more than a tremor this last time. The whole fucking road was moving like a, I don't know what, man.
Yeah, you should have had a live stream during that. That would have been exciting.
Yeah, it scared the shit out of me, that one. I've had it where it shake for like 5 seconds. But this could make up its mind whether it want to get stronger or weaker.
Yeah, the
I
one that
just,
was what about a 7.3?
yeah, here though, I don't know what it was here. Davao, that was the one from Davao, or the one from Surrey. I forget which one. But
That one at Siargao Island was like a 6 something.
there were a couple that we felt all of that here. I've been in the mother-in-law's house before where it shook a little bit. But that day we were going out. We parked the car down by near her mom's house, and we take the right downtown because there's no parking. So I get out of the car, and I felt the move a little. I felt a little movement in the car. I thought, well, initially I thought maybe it was like a when a semi goes flying by it and he leaves a little, he shake a little bit. That fucking thing, the car was moving back and forth on its own.
Hey, Gary, you in the States or are you back in Tacloban?
Well, this is the first wicked one I have experienced. Now I know. Now I know all these years you see that stuff on TV in California and everything. I'm thinking, man, because I went across the Bay Bridge
Yeah,
with my daughter's ex-husband. 3:30 in the afternoon. It was foggy, but that was like that was 10 years after that '89 earthquake, and
right.
spooky, man. When it happens, I'm going, what the fuck? I said, what was that? She said, earthquake. So I shook
I
up.
for,
The
I
people on
forget
the road.
which direction is on top and which is on the bottom. You definitely want to be on the top layer.
Oh yeah, they were shaking from east to west because my car was facing east, and when I got out, I didn't whip my phone out. I ain't fucking like what the hell's going on. I said, let's get in the car because everybody stopped where they were. I think people stopped where they were because they thought the road was going to open up right where we were. But because I didn't see nobody else's car shaking like mine. Oh man, yeah, yeah. I went up for that. Here's a nightmare, fucking nightmare. We went up to for the second interview
Oh
for
yeah, you
the
went to Manila.
what a fucking, oh my God. That was the worst. Uh, that was the worst experience I've ever had in my whole life. It
The
was,
epitome of what a cluster is, huh?
well, yeah. When we get there, first we get there, and the guy was just like a couple of minutes. We would be out of there, you know. He didn't give a shit. He had everything else in front of him. So I paid the money for that whole thing, you know, to get done. I think it was 600 because I don't like being bothered with shit. I can't focus or concentrate anymore, period. And my wife can't at all. So that's really bad. So he says, "Yeah, what's your address?" So she tells him this address. And on those papers, the other address was on there. So because it's this technical shit, we uh we spent another hour, how much money? And riding around Vanilla all day. We walk out of the building because we had to do a what do you call it? The lawyer had or the agency had a guy running quarterback for us and all this stuff. You know,
A fixer.
well, he 3,000 was well worth it, man, because he knew people. He goes, come here, get in this line here. He goes, act like you're limping. So, but first, when we leave the building, I thought, okay, we just get this info updated. I didn't
You still there? Tony, did you mute yourself? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Tony. Brownout time? Hello. Can you hear him, Gary? I can't hear him. Yep, he dropped out. Hello. Oh, Tony. Hello, welcome to the Invisible Tony Show. Hello, Tony. Oh, Tony. Let's see what's up on me. Hello? Still up? Hello? Hello, hello, hello? Hello? Tony's Wi-Fi is out. He said he'll be back. You still there, Gary?
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, 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 who could this be?
I don't know. Anyway,
What?
where was I?
What'd you do? Did you hit a button or what?
No, it just went out. Man. It's the Philippines. What can you say?
Yeah, it's when he dropped off. I thought you either killed over dead or you had an immediate brownout or another earthquake.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's all I need. My
I didn't hear you
and then
yelling or anything.
look, the next day, because it happened a couple times last week. The next day, I'm in my room right here. This fucking house is starting to go like a hula hoop, you know? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. I think one of my plastic PVC pipes they connected to go into the, what do you call it? Broke, snapped. But anyway, I was
So,
walking on, the
go
thing
ahead.
was shaking like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, we got out of the building. I get in that cab, and my wife's like, "Nah, fuck this. We ain't going with this guy. This guy's full of shit." He's trying to looking to see if I was tough enough. If I wasn't tough enough for him. And we jumped out, and like it's raining. It's just a miserable freaking morning. And they got a job dropping off. And, well, let us off over here. It's a Jollibee there. That was part of the Manila. That part of Manila was shit. It was total shit. I'm thinking, how could anybody afford to go into Jollibee here? When you look around you, just the lady at the hotel, she must have been from Manila because I was saying the same thing I am now. I think she took it the wrong way, but we rode around in a we get in this trike, takes us like a little bit down the road, and we get in another cab. That guy takes off. The police are like, traffic is there is like whatever, man. I mean, you're screwed. You can't win. No way you go. So they want him to go left, and he's going to Makati. He's got to go right. So they give him a ticket. We're sitting there in the left lane. They must have a little sticker thing with with his cab number on there. So he takes us to. It took forever to get there too. That was at that time. It was 10 in the morning, 9:30, something like that. So we finally get there, and we got to get the correct addresses and that. So we got all that taken care of, and the guy from Party Agency comes up in his motorcycle. Of course, they're making money. He did all the running around with the papers. It was just we spent all day.
Are you still there? What's up, Tony? Hey, Tony, instead of having a little link for buy me a coffee, there you go. You're going down again.
Well, a couple of we talked all of it. I shook a little bit. But that day we were going out to park the car down by near her mom's house and we take the right downtown because there's no park. So I get out of the car and I felt the move a little. I felt the move in the car. I thought, initially I thought maybe it was like somebody was flying by it and he's a little shake a little bit. That fucking thing, the car was moving back and forth on its own.
Hey, Gary, are you in the States or are you back in Tacloban?
This is the first wicked one I have experienced. Now I know all these years you should see that stuff on TV in California and everything. Thinking, man, but I went across the Bay Bridge. Yeah. With my daughter's ex-husband. 3:30 in the afternoon. It was foggy. But that was like in there was 10 years after that '89 earthquake and
right.
Spooky, man. When it happens, you're all going, what the fuck? I said, what was that? She said earthquake. So I shook up.
I people on both direction is on top and which is on the bottom. You definitely want to be on the top layer.
Oh yeah. They were shaking from east to west. Because my car was facing east. And when I got out, I didn't whip my phone out. I didn't what the hell's going on? I said, let's get in the car because everybody stopped where they were. I think people stopped where they were because they thought the road was going to open up right where we were. But because I didn't see nobody else start shaking like mine. Yeah. Yeah, I went up for that. It was a nightmare. We went up to for the second interview.
Oh yeah, you went to Manila.
What a fucking, oh my god. That was the worst. That was the worst experience I've ever had in my whole life. It was
epitome of what a cluster is, huh?
Well, yeah. When we get there, first we get there, and the guy was just a couple minutes. We moved out of there. He didn't give a shit. He had everything else in front of him. So I paid the money for that whole thing. It was $600. I feel like he bothered with shit. I can't focus or concentrate anymore. Period. I really can't at all. But it's really bad. So he says, "Yeah, what's your address?" So she tells him this address. And the paper, the other address is on. So because it's the technical, we spent another how much money? And I'm riding around Manila all day. We walk out of the building because we had to do a what do you call it? The lawyer had or the agency had a guy run a quarterback for us and all this stuff.
A picture.
Well, 3,000 was well worth it, man, because he knew people. He goes, come here, get this one here. He goes, act like you're Lincoln. So, but first, when we leave the building, I thought, okay, we just get this info updated, right?
Still there? Tony, did you mute yourself? Hello, hello, hello. Hello,
All right. If it goes out again, if it goes out again, I'm going to bed.
You know what? You had better Wi-Fi back when you were living in the wooden house.
Yeah. Some hustlers bought that place. The lady sold it to them for 60,000 pesos.
Really? The place that you used to do your live streams from upstairs?
Yeah, the house.
I bet that thing shook during that one big quake, huh? Gee.
She didn't, the lady didn't own the land. She only owned the house.
Oh, okay.
But
She
it still
sold it for
floods.
60,000 pesos.
Yeah. It still floods there, but not as bad as it used to. Because
So
her
you
uncle's,
guys were they were renting that place, right? Your
yeah,
in-laws?
I guess. Whatever they call
So
it.
now,
Which,
are those the same ones that live beside you now, or what?
well, they're not always over there. But yeah,
Oh,
that's the.
oh. They're not always over there? What?
Well, they're not always over here because they think that I'll blame the kids for something. But they failed. This is how different this is than the United States.
No, wait. I mean, they live on the other side of your wall, right? That's their
No,
permanent house?
no,
Okay.
no. But she got plenty. There's like 12 people living in that house where the mother-in-law is. But here's what they think. They don't. The kid, the niece that's my son's age, they lived up the street. They probably a couple of minute walk. The dogs always go up there. They never go any further west. They go right down into their houses. That's all they do. They'll lay right on the road. But they seem to think if they come over here, I'll blame them for something. There's only one kid that always does shit, and he's not in their family. You know, little angel kid. They'll still fuck shit up and then apologize. You know. And so I'm wrong. I'm wrong when I get frustrated to them. I shouldn't get upset because here, unlike in the United States, here nobody worries about fucking anybody else's shit up. They don't care.
Nope. Nope. And especially if that's not yours and you're not paying for it. So, hey,
you know, if
go
there's
over
somebody,
to the foreigner's place. You can mess it all up all you want.
yeah, you know, I'm not supposed to get mad about that. I'm just supposed to
Nope.
fucking please.
You're supposed
You
to
know,
suck it up. Just keep paying
yeah.
the bills. That's all.
So, well, I can't help but speak up. I worked my whole life for this, you know. So they seem to think it pertains to everybody. They don't understand.
Yeah.
They don't see who's doing what this is about.
It's a totally different mindset, Tony. I mean,
you know, I never. If you would have been, my dad would have seen me fuck somebody's shit up. Boy, we
oh
put
yeah,
mud.
you
Hey,
get your ass whooped.
we lived on the north side of Milwaukee. This guy had like a 66 or 67 Barracuda, probably 60, 66, I think, maybe 5. I don't know. Nice fastback. It was yellow, and for whatever reason, I don't know how many of us are doing it, but we caked that car full of mud. We put mud all over the window, all over the bot. The whole car was covered in mud. You know, so I got a whipping for that. Here they wouldn't do that. They just go, "Oh, we're sorry." You know, so don't. You know, if I say that, don't. One of them want to ride bikes because their driveway is pretty long.
Yeah.
I said, "There is nobody going to be riding nothing."
I'm going through that now. I just had a little. You know, my wife and the 2 daughters are still in the local area. My son's at college. I told them, I said, look. Well, my daughter was here visiting for her sister's birthday last week, and I said, okay, the car insurance is due first week in November. I said, here's the amount. There's 5 drivers in the family. I said, you do the math, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now they're like, well, my wife usually like, oh, well, you're going to make them pay. I like, look, one of them's 21, one of them's 23, right?
Yeah.
And the other one's, it's their 18th birthday, right? So they're young adults now. I'm like,
Yeah.
look, they got to learn if you want to drive a vehicle. First of all, you got to pay for the vehicle. You got to pay for the gas, the maintenance, and the insurance, right? Those are
I,
the things that go along with having the privilege of driving your ass somewhere. You know,
look, the
I said
car,
the
the
difference
car.
between that and the people who are sitting on the street corner waiting for a bus, the money, right? You
Mhm.
know, and my wife's like, she thinks you should just pay for your kids their entire life. I'm like, no, 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 no. I said, one of them's working, one of them, sure, he's in college, but hey, when I was 21, I already had a wife and a child, you know? So don't give me this crybaby story. I can't afford car insurance, you
I
know?
told my
I'm like,
son, I sold my son, I sold my son that Honda I told you about. It was, uh,
the
uh,
Civic.
he had to pay me 150 a week for 150 a month for 2 years. It had 19,000 miles on it because I just went back and forth to work.
Yeah.
One year I changed oil once. I didn't even have 7,000 miles on it. So he got that car for four grand or 45, something like that. So I got brand new tire, new battery,
Yeah.
brand new tires. And his mom said, "You better thank him for that because that car right there on the lot would be like 15, and he got it for 4,000." So when he came over, the only thing he ever had to replace on there was the exhaust eventually. But I think he sold it to the dealer. He tried to make up something or there was something wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with it. What he did with his compressor went out for the air conditioner, and this one guy had a garage near where he lived. $2,000. He went to the dealer. It was like $650. So he, he's always got these big dreams of having this nice house, him and his wife. And I said, "You've never had a $600 car payment, man, or nothing like that." Because when he drove that car, he wouldn't even let it make a full stop when he backed out. He'd throw it right into drive right away.
Yeah.
So then he did that for so often that it kept slipping. And I
Oh,
and I
yeah,
said
that'll
to him,
screw your transmission up.
I said, "You got 100 and he had 100 and I don't know if he had 150,000, 120, I forget, 130 some thousand." I said, "You don't have a payment now. Your insurance got paid. I think your mother still pays your." Oh yeah, that's her phone. That's their phones.
Yeah.
And I said, "You've never had six. I had a $600, 615 a month on a $33,000 F-150 I bought brand new 4-wheel drive." I said, "All this stuff you're talking about, that you're gonna have that. You know, you haven't had one yet." Above 150, 135, $135 a month. That's what it was. 135. And he and then later on down the road, he goes, "Yeah, I sold it. I had to get exhaust system. It was a stainless steel thing, So he said, "Yeah, there's something else wrong with it. There wasn't. The dealers were just paying astronomically freaking soaring prices for used cars. Like when I sold my Camry. It was a 2007. That I was too lazy to take the bar off above the battery. I bent it up, bent it back down. When I go to that dealership and the guy goes, I had no idea how crazy stuff was. I hardly didn't listen to any radio, in my car anymore. Just and the guy says when he comes down, I'm thinking this guy's gonna go, well, I want like 2 grand for it, but I bet he's gonna offer me 1,200. And he goes, "Oh, I'll be right back with an offer. $5,500." I said, I played it off like I was cool. I said, "Yeah, okay, yeah, I can take that." I thought, holy shit, I better cash this check before they change their mind. Because
I tell you what, I've got three of them now, three kids under 25. When you're under 25, you pay a shitload of insurance
oh
because
yeah,
that's where a lot of the accidents happen, right?
you do anyway now.
So, you know, I told him, I said, look, the difference between the people like Tony used to pick up every day, stand on a street corner, ride the bus because they can't afford to have a vehicle, right? I said, you got to
Okay,
learn what it costs, to have a vehicle.
that You know what? That stuff's half the price of the payment. That's ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.
Oh, the insurance is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Only one
Where-
car. I have just liability on two of I have 3 vehicles insured, right? 2 of them I just have liability because they're 2014 and a 2008. They're that old. The only one I have comprehension on is the 2018.
Comprehensive or collision?
Yeah, that's luckily when I hit the deer, it wasn't considered collision, it was considered comprehensive. So they covered 100%. If it would have been collision, I would have had a deductible. So
I gotta pay my car insurance before the 22nd of November, and my insurance for that truck for a whole year is I gotta pay 22,000 something. 20,000? I think 20,600 something.
for the entire year.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not
brand
even
new.
$400.
But on a car that I took a ride up the Bonga so I could get near I only put 200 kilometers on there, man. I think I got about 48 on there now.
Mine's costing like $500 a month.
What's 48 kilometers? What is
For
that
3
about? 40 kilometers.
30
is
miles. 30.
40, no. But 4,600 something.
Kilometers?
Yeah, in miles. What do you got in
Okay,
miles?
it's just under 3,000 miles.
Yeah, that's what I
800
got.
miles.
I bought the truck in November of 23.
Of-
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a 20
it's going to be 2 years old this November?
It's a 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 years old.
Wow.
What is that? What is that? How much a year is that? 20? I think it was 20. Oh, I got that on my phone here.
You said 20,000.
I said, oh no. What peso? 20,000 peso. What is that?
Right, right. And that's a year.
Yeah, for the year.
And who do you pay that to?
The dealership.
Oh, the place where you bought it, you get your insurance right through that too?
Yeah, you can go into their place, but I just go to the dealer. I go to them for everything. They do everything. Not emissions testing, but they do your what do you call it? Registration, all that.
Yeah. Hey, good night, Gary.
That's part of their job here. You know, like fuck you. You guys ought to set up an emissions thing here.
Gary, I forgot to ask you if you got the same place that before you went to the States? Probably, huh? Because you weren't in the States that long.
Do I have what?
No, Gary. Does he have the same apartment?
Oh.
Because he just went to the States for what, a month or two?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so where's Simon at? Should be early Dart Friday for him. He must not have got notification of your live stream.
I just do this because some guy was whining on it a couple weeks ago. So I took a little video up there in Makate, but I drove around that car all freaking day that one day before we left.
You rented a car all day?
No, man. I got grabbing taxis, riding around all freaking day. You know, like
pretty expensive.
You know, well, that wasn't it. It was just the fucking zoom and stop and zoom and stop and you know, buku fucking traffic. I'd have blew my top on that. I wouldn't be driving to Manila.
A lot of it, you'd get there quicker walking than sitting there waiting in that traffic.
These guys, they did a lot of times people take turns, you know, they'll stop and let somebody walk or turn in front of them. You get a bit of you get good cooperation here, but sometimes it's just like, you know, here's the fourth, fifth car back that's going to take advantage of this shit, you know. But it's that way here in a smaller city, it's fine. But I wouldn't dare do it in Makati.
Oh fuck! Did you hear that?
Sounds like a broken glass.
Just my freaking glass. My
Got
favorite
DTs?
glass.
You got DTs
Yeah.
or something?
I
You got the
got
shakes?
No, I was trying to put it on the counter now. I
What
gotta
a-
put some fucking
Yeah.
flip flops on and clean all the glass up.
You got a shop back? Use that.
I gotta
You didn't have
keep
you didn't
keep
have
the
no drink.
cats away so they don't cut their
You didn't
feet.
you didn't have no drink in it, did you?
I just had ice cubes left. That's what I was trying
Oh,
to
uh,
put it back in the kitchen, setting it on the kitchen counter. I don't know. Maybe I shake too much nowadays.
yeah, I get a little
I hate that.
little
My left hand definitely starts to shake too much. I used to always eat with my left hand, with a fork. And now I'm to the point where my left hand shakes, So,
Parkinson's.
and I asked the doctor about it. He said, "Nah, it ain't nothing." I said, I know my grandfather. He probably had Parkinson's. You know how your arm shakes constantly, or
My wife's
whatever when you have Parkinson's, right?
my wife's hand does. You know,
And I
her
was
family.
concerned about it. I asked my doctor. He said, "Nah, it's just like temporary shake." Like temporary, my ass. Every
I'm,
time I go to eat food with my left hand.
You look at all these symptoms for everything, and you ask yourself, how come that's got to be what I got? That's what it says, but it's like the same 5 things for everything.
This doctor's like 30 years old, and he just
Well,
I go in for an exam. He doesn't ever touch me unless I say so. I'm like, oh, hey, my shoulder here. You want to He just sits at his computer, typing shit in, and then he's there. It's like 10 minutes, and then he's like, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
New prescription on your drugs. See you next year.
My guy would. I'd have so many questions, and after I fell it, I'm slower coming up with them, and it's like a fast food, man. You're there 15 minutes before you wait, and you get in there. By the time it gets to you, got like 5 minutes. Tell them your stuff, what you can remember. He's a pretty cool guy. He's about 2 years older than we are, but I don't know if he's still there or not. He might. I think he's working his daughter into his practice. I mean, what's he gonna do, man? Where's he gonna go?
My former doctor was really good, but he retired. He was probably a good 5 to 10 years older than us,
Yeah.
So he retired, and I've had this young guy for the last 8 or 10 years.
I had Alfred from Batman, or who's that guy that used the guy with the white hair?
Is that what he looked like? Alfred.
Yeah. His name was
Batman,
Galen. His first name was Gaylord. Gaylord. Something like upper crust, kind of. Forget.
Yeah.
Gaylord. I'll remember tomorrow. But anyway, he was my guy's partner, and I go in there for my colonoscopy, and every year I went in there, I'd shake. By the time he'd shake my hand, boom, I was out and done. He was okay.
Hey, your Packers are coming into town here Sunday night.
Oh yeah, see, I told you.
Aaron Rodgers gets to play his former team.
Yeah, whoop-de-doo, man.
Says it's no big deal, so.
It is to him. That's what he says. He loves himself.
He said it'd probably be different if they were playing in Lambeau, but.
Hey, what did he say about that guy that jumped on him, the offensive lineman?
I don't know.
You don't watch the news?
Yeah, I don't know what he said about him, but I saw the video of it. It's pretty funny, but he could have broke his freaking shoulder for the year.
That would have been nice. That would have been cool. Well, he probably said, "Look, I'm an old man. I can't." Brett Favre. I didn't realize how hard when Favre was in the NFC Championship game against New Orleans. The year New Orleans won, beat them to the Super Bowl, and in the Super Bowl, and Brett Favre said he was like 2 starts away or 2 touchdowns away from another record. he took himself out the following week, but he said he got hit so hard that was like, and when you see it on TV, man, it doesn't do justice. I've seen it live, and you feel the ground move. It rumbles. Those guys are flying. Even then they don't look like it, but they are.
You know that Super Bowl trivia question, Packers. What do 3 winning quarterbacks for the Packers have in common?
They all played for Green Bay?
No. The 3 quarterbacks, Bart Starr, Brett Favre, and Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. They won Super Bowl for the Packers, right?
Yeah.
What did they all have in common at the time of the Super Bowl? And that Jordan Love has in common with them this year?
The touchdown passes?
No.
Yards?
They were all 27 years old when they won the Super Bowl. And this year, Jordan Love is 27 years old. So
yeah, he's pretty well liked there too. People love him out there.
So we'll see. They'll probably wipe up the Pittsburgh secondary
when Holmgren had the team and Ron Wolf, they go get these guys. They're almost on their last leg, and they keep bringing in talent. That second Super Bowl that they were in back to back again, Denver, they had no D-line, so with Holmgren, if they would have beat San Francisco there, they would have been in their 3rd consecutive NFC Championship game, in of recent history. But it didn't happen. So, everybody in the bar, I'm watching the TV, I'm the only one. Everybody in the bar, and then I see everybody on the sidelines. And then who's that dude who went to prison that played for the Packers? He was in the end zone and let Terrell Owens in front of him. And they scored a touchdown. I said, the Packers just lost. And everybody goes, what do you mean? I said, look, fucking guy threw a touchdown. Steve Young threw a touchdown. Nobody in front of him or near him, What was that guy's name?
I don't know. Hey, is Holmgren still alive?
I think so.
He's probably what? In his 70s, 80s?
74s.
Homestead in the Green Bay area, or?
I have no idea. 77.
Yeah, he's been out of football for a while, huh?
Yeah, he was in Seattle. I think he made it to one NFC Championship game, maybe.
I wonder how long he's been out of football now.
Oh my Lord! I think he was out of Seattle before the 2000s. I think.
Wow.
No, not really.
No, he was still coaching in his 50s.
Yeah, well, that's 20 years. It'd be 2005.
Yeah.
Around something like that. But he was liked around. They knew how to plug and play people. These guys here, they put all their money on offense, and then their defense sucks. But I'm gonna go to. My wife doesn't know yet, but we're gonna go to a satellite or cable provider here, so I can watch some real fucking live TV. I buy a 75-inch TV. I can't even watch it because the wife's watching her shit and the kid with his games and stuff.
Huh.
Stupid. The stuff he watches are these nerdy pre-college guys. Real geeky. But he sits there and laughs at this shit, and he's amused by it. One of those horror stories, But he wasn't doing. He was his classwork wasn't up to snuff. Then I said, you ain't looking at no more of the computer. He plays games on it. The same when he does his online, when he has online. I said, you don't get that shit together, man, because you'll get like 90-some%. And then when it comes to an exam, you'll get 60. So something, if you can get 90 in a classroom or on whatever, in the classroom or online with the teacher, because they're building a they're remodeling there. And something's missing, you know. Let's see, what time is it? Oh man, we got 20 minutes, 11 minutes.
Yeah, it's almost 20 after 9.
I gotta learn how to upload the videos I took. I took a video.
In Manila.
Yeah, we were in Makati. I took one there, and two of them actually. One we were sitting there waiting for this. I think it was Glorieta Mall.
Glorieta.
Yeah, Glorieta Mall and Chino Rosas Boulevard, right next to Pizza or Shakey's. And so I did, moving around, watching jeepneys and stuff, and sitting there talking. But I did two there, so I'm gonna get them on there somehow. I forget how to do it, shit. But it's slow internet here. The first time I started doing it here, it took a whole day. I had to reboot the computer to get it to continue. I was tired. But otherwise, you guys will be all right with him this year, unless he gets, put on his.
Oh
ass.
yeah, he's been the bright spot of the entire team. So
defense is so, but so is everybody else's. I don't think there's any dominant.
Oh man, their secondary, they got torched last week by Cincinnati. I mean, they ran all over them.
It's going to happen again.
Yeah, they're gonna. I think the next 7 games they might win one of them. So
he knows what he's doing, man. He knows everything. He knows everything.
Oh, I know. The guy knows how to win. It's just you got to have everybody around you too.
Well, what he's asking for is he needs an offense that's at its peak. Like if it takes 4 or 5 years for a line to gel, especially if they're all rookies in the beginning, it takes them a couple of years to get their shit together. At least 3, not 4.
Well, he ain't going to be around more than this year or next. So
then all of a sudden you got to start paying these guys. That's when they cut them loose and get somebody else.
Right.
But if he's on his ass, he can't help nobody.
Yep.
Green Bay secondary is a lot better than it was before, but we'll see. It's Sunday night, right?
Yeah, so it'll be Monday morning, 8:20 for you Monday morning.
Yeah, the only way I can watch it is just get Danzin, some app called Danzin. You can watch all kinds of sports.
But they're probably, I mean, the way Pittsburgh's defense got lit up last week, they're probably going to do the same thing. It's going to be ugly for Pittsburgh.
Well, it could be
it might be over by halftime.
Every time with Marshawn Lynch, they got from USC or UCLA or USC, and the guy hurt his knee. He was out a whole year. Then he comes back and he's kind of babying it, because he don't want to get hurt again. He ends up getting hurt in something else. So when the guy's on running on all 8 cylinders, man, he's pretty good, So, but other than that, I don't get to watch, man. I think it's on at 4:25 a.m. But
so
I'm
there's
definitely
no way for you to watch it online unless you pay.
No, you can get. They won't. VPN doesn't help me there, but it doesn't help me when it comes to that. But you got to have streaming and all that. I don't understand all that shit. It's almost not because my son goes to school in the afternoon now from noon to 5. So it's a long mix for a long day, So I won't be. I don't know.
Well, I think tonight for the high school football game, it's supposed to be maybe like 40. I'm just staying to the halftime show. I think we just go to watch our daughter at halftime, and then I usually leave as soon as halftime show's over. But tonight it's going to be when you're in. So if it's a close game, I might stick around for the whole game.
I've got plenty of cushion to keep warm.
she has one of those stadium seats, right? So where it has a seat and the back to it. So
Let's see.
I just have a little foam cushion for my tush.
Yeah, poor cushion.
So
I don't know. Yeah, I kind of like if they don't win, I don't have to get upset. So I don't watch what highlight is there if you don't win.
yeah.
But I'm getting tired of not being able to watch shit on TV here. You know, like we're getting $200 a month here or something.
I heard something online. Like right now, most what I'll watch is YouTube TV. Right, my daughter pays that prescription. But at the end of the month, they said ESPN and ABC might be going away from YouTube because they haven't come to an agreement. So
I never even knew they were on there. Oh, you get the shows and all that. Wake Up, Get Up, or whatever.
Yeah, sports. And the games, the college games that they're showing them.
You know what? You know what though? I just when I watch football games or baseball, I just need, especially football, I just want to watch the game. I don't want to know if the guy beat the shit out of his brother or his father or his brother or his girlfriend. I don't care about any of that. I want to watch a football game. And we've got all these shows on ESPN and they all sit there and just bash this fucker like everybody's whole, like the second coming or something. I don't want to. That's wasting my day. My energy. I don't want to see this shit.
Hey, I just saw on the internet. Just came up. Social Security, the COLA increase for next year is 2.8%.
Yeah, and then they're gonna jack up the freaking what do you call it?
Everything else is gonna go up. So
I might drop all my shit and get. It depends what I can get here, because for the same money it would cost me, plus the plane trip, I could get my health insurance here. The only thing wrong about it here is it's when you get up in age it goes up. But if I have something. If I have something that I need to have done right away, I don't have time to hop on a plane and take a 15-hour ride, plus the layover time. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I know Phil Health's got something, but I think all they do is like one guy said. I saw this this guy had a show about that. I forget who it was, but they were talking about Phil Health. What do you get for it? Everybody don't know. They just know they got it's like $300 some a year. It used to be 38. And you had the Z package, the operation. He says what you get for the new one is, the staff comes into the natural Filipinos come into the room, slapping your bed with palm leaves and chant. They're chanting. That's about it, he said. I said, yeah. I said, well, everybody I've always asked on here, they don't know. Nobody knows. Even people here don't know. It's hard. It's almost like dealing with everything and everybody is like having what's her name here? Who's the vice president chick? That couldn't even answer.
Where?
Who's the vice president candidate that couldn't answer a question? Kamala Harris. If they said, would you believe that document should be signed with a black ink pen or a blue? And she'd go, this is what she would do. She'd go, well, when I was a kid, my mother bought us all a box of pens, and we both like good. We both like both. We all liked both colors. So, and then she'd fucking peter out on that. I can't stand that shit. So I'm gonna see sooner than later what it would cost me. They got Sigma and they got Pacific Cross, or somebody else owns it now. So and you know what I don't like about, they got this guy on YouTube. He sold insurance for a living. I guess he's semi-retired. So he's got these guys have had him. A few guys have had him on their channel, and yeah, if you need a healthcare, you talk to this guy. I'm like, well, who do you call when you need to use it? Nobody seems to know. This dude looks like a real shyster, man. Little low life. That's the vibe.
There's always someone wants to take your money for it, but when you need it, that's when nobody can be found.
Well, you can see him, and his happiness and joy is the fact that people like him, I guess. That's about it, man. Because he's all giggly with stupid shit and conversation or whatever. One of these guys where he warm you over with his personality, and then you'll forget what the fuck you get for what you pay.
Hey, all these people that are saying, well, VA healthcare is getting better. I mean, I got a letter in the mail, it was a while ago, saying we regret to inform you, but we cannot locate any of your military medical records. I'm like, I remember back in the day, they said there was a fire in St. Louis, right? That burned a lot of, when they kept paper records, right?
Yeah.
But now everything's electronic, right?
Yeah.
So I get this letter. So if they don't have any record of my military medical, I could probably go and claim anything, huh?
They went from paper
because they don't have anything to disprove it, right?
Right. They had
if they don't have my records, then they can't.
They had stuff on
the
microfiche.
old saying is you can't prove a negative, right?
Yeah. 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 I got my
letter, but yet I file a claim, and I need fucking I need to get my civilian. Like I took a sleep test, for that sleep apnea. Oh, it must be. My wife thinks it's like 15 years ago. So I called the hospital, and they said, no, you got to call medical records. So I call medical records. Of course, I wait on hold for half an hour. And then I finally get a female voice. She said, okay, well, that's this department. I'll transfer you. And then click, I get hung up, right? So I go through, like the third time through, I actually got to a female voice. And she says, oh, we'll send you a link in an email, and you have to take this request to your hospital to officially request, I'm like, all I want to know is the date that I took this test, because that's what the VA needs to know, right?
See,
you got to jump through hoops.
People don't realize that everything with the VA and 100%. If you had an injury on while you were on duty, it's different. But if I wanted to walk into a VA back in Wisconsin, I would still have to have a supplemental insurance, just like the others, just like the
right, unless it's service connected. But any injury you had from the time you raised your hand at boot camp till you got discharged. You know what? I know a buddy. He was married to a Philippine woman. He was in the army in Germany. He was going to work on his motorcycle, had a wreck, broke his leg really bad. He gets disability for that. He gets a rating from the VA. He was off duty, right?
Yeah. Well,
never off duty in the military, right? That's what they told you.
Yeah, you never. Yeah, that's right.
Your ass is ours 24/7, right? So,
yeah.
Any injury, like I had a separated shoulder. I was playing soccer on my base soccer team, against another base when I was overseas. I separated my shoulder. That was like a MWR activity, but still, I was on the clock, right?
Yeah, I didn't have none of that in my jumps folder. They called it. I don't know what you.
But I didn't tell these guys. I haven't told the VA, but I do have a physical copy. Someone did photocopy my medical records, and I found them. I was shocked, because once you get divorced, a lot of shit just disappears, right? But suddenly I found this from some box that I never knew I had, when I was looking. So
you had a microfiche then? Or they put it under that?
They have, but they said they can't find. They cannot locate my military medical.
Oh, all that microfiche. It's like looking at a data card on a big. You put it underneath that what do they call it?
Right, right. We used to have that for technical orders in the military and
Yeah.
parts breakdowns for equipment. You'd get the
Yeah.
microfiche, you'd have to look. It was like what they call the library, where you're looking for a
Yeah.
book in the library, those
Yeah,
index card things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was clear.
microfiche.
It was clear though. Yeah, it was clear.
Well, it was
Hard.
black with the white. The letters were white. Letters and numbers were burned into it or something. But
It would
you'd
be
put
like,
it in that microfiche reader. It's like a
yeah,
microscope kind of thing, right?
yeah, it'd be,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was like 80s shit, 70s and 80s technology.
Yeah, that was the first big leap they took. This guy. I read this customer's response on this cable company or satellite company here, and the guy says, you got 5 people working there, all with computers. Why do you have to go down to the actual building to pay your bill?
Right.
Can't you just, they tell you can load up a Gcash card, which is, that's kind of okay. But the point is, you still have to go down. And he says, they got computers right there. How come they don't use that? Well, I think he fails to realize where he lives. That may never happen. That may never happen.
And not only do you have to stand in one line, you have to stand in about 5 different lines. Because once you get it stamped in this line, then you got to go wait in that line, sir.
Yeah. You know what? I when I went to the luggage check-in a couple of years ago, my first Odyssey when I came back here, and I had to go. I got up there. My stuff was over like a pound or two, so I had to go over and pay the fine. And they give you this special ticket or something. And so I figured because I had to leave the line that I got to go to the back of it. So I go to the back of it, and they're like, "No, come over here." I'm like, God, I didn't know that. I'd always hear people go, "How come he just gets to walk right up there?" Well, I'm not done with my business. That's how they do it here. But yeah, it's a little different. Anyway, I get time for me to go to bed.
All right.
I'd like to say good luck to you on Sunday, but
I think Green Bay is going to wipe the floor of our defense, and it's going to be ugly. So I'll get to go to bed at a decent time. I won't have to watch the second half. I don't think so.
So
I guess nobody else showed up except Gary, huh? You didn't see anybody else in the chat?
Yeah, there's 2 other people back there right now. Could be the twit. You never know. Well, yeah, it don't really matter. But anyway,
you got to scroll down at the bottom. Says send me money.
Yeah, send me a lot of money, man. I need money.
You need more money.
Yeah,
pay for that third TV.
Yeah, well, I need that. I need my second one.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that they don't make plasma no more because they're too expensive. And Foxconn, the governor of Wisconsin kicked all these people out their farms right off the interstate. And we're leaving now, so we ain't taking you. We got to go, bud. Bud, we got to go. I was just thinking of him the other day. Bud.
Who, Bud?
Yeah, Bud.
Hey, Bud.
Yeah,
I got to go bedtime. So.
Yeah, I have my hour. But if you're going to come on at it'll be 8:30 your time. You're in Eastern time, like Kiko, I think.
No, I don't know if he's Eastern or Central.
He's Eastern.
Okay, yeah. So it'd be 8:30 on Friday morning, Bud.
Yeah, he's south of Knoxville there in Maryville.
If you're available. Hope you're doing well, Bud.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Gonna do one next week, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Just
okay.
All
right, just message me on Facebook, huh? Or
okay.
Yeah. All right, later.
All right.
Bye.
Later. Bye.
Good night, Bud.
Good night, Bud. Next week, Bud.